Hi everyone, my name is Clint Rice. I'm here for another episode of the Job Search Project. I want to share a little bit of the things that I'm doing as I search in hopes that it helps you as you're searching too. I know there's a lot of folks looking, but there's a lot of jobs out there, so there's hope. And I just want to emphasize that. Don't lose hope. It's super challenging and can be discouraging, but keep at it. The right job will show up. In fact, in that vein, I became aware of a term as I'm, researching this week, or it may have been, I guess it might have been last week, but the term is rage apply. Yeah, and that's when you're like, sending hundreds or more of applications. And, I just want to caution you, you're going to burn yourself out doing that. I know sometimes the looking out and perhaps not seeing an immediate job or an end to the job search might want to cause that. I know I've been sending a few applications out as well, but just don't lose heart and go in a controlled manner and research the companies that you want to work at and research the kinds of jobs that they have that lined up with your skills, and take your time. Now, I realize not everybody has the same financial situation, so you may not be able to take as much time, but if you've got some measure of room to breathe, it'll help you be more effective. Don't underestimate the power of thinking, spending time just planning, contemplating your emotions, because we're all going through ups and downs right now with emotions, and thinking through your thoughts. There is an ancient proverb. It says that the intentions of a person's heart are deep waters, but a person of understanding draws them out. And that just takes time. So consider what's going on inside. Consider how to take that and then communicate, talk with someone. If you're married, talk with your spouse. If you've got a close friend, talk with your friend. Share your emotions. Hear kind of what's going on in their life too, to reciprocate. But use this time to really anchor on those relationships that matter. And if you're a parent, there's no better time than an undivided moment of no job to invest in your children and your relationship there, and also to let your children see you working through a challenging time and doing it in a way that's admirable. So I just want to encourage everybody there. Okay, so one more thing I just want to say, and this kind of gets to my personal beliefs, and I suggest it not as I'm grateful that we all have the opportunity to believe what we want. I'm a person of prayer. I think prayer is a very effective tool. And in that thinking and in that contemplation time, learning how to cultivate prayer, cultivate a conversation with the Lord, I think is just an amazing time. Sometimes I've noticed that my prayers are too fast, too routine, too rote, but invest in some time learning how to pray. And I don't mean learn how to pray as in like you're comparing it to other people's prayers, because that's not what it's about. It's about, you and your relationship. Okay, so now what I want to do is transition to a few things to think about. And it's kind of along this vein of the rage application, right? Or burning yourself out. Make sure that you're doing some things that break up the entire day. If you're spending a full day job searching, it is exhausting. But think about some other things that you can do. One thing that's great is to look at some self-learning, some online classes that are available. There's a lot of great ones out there for free. Many of them are pay subscriptions, but they have a free period, a free trial period. So Simply Learn is one I signed up for to look at a couple of things. They've got 3 free classes. Now, I'm not getting paid by any of these folks. I'm just mentioning their names based on my research. Pluralsight has a 10-day free trial where you can take some class in that 10-day period. Udemy, very popular. Cloud Academy has a 7-day free trial, and then Coursera also has a free course option. So investigate those, see if you find something that works, but use the time to retool, to add some technologies maybe under into your tool belt. A few great examples. A lot's going on with AI and machine learning and deep learning right now. So maybe that's an area you could dig into. We've all heard the stuff that's happened since November when OpenAI launched ChatGPT, really changing the face of how we think of consuming content from the internet. So that's a great thing to dig into, but there's a lot of other stuff. Cloud providers like AWS or Azure or Google or IBM, they all offer some, Oracle even, they all offer some great courses that are free that will help expose you to things that you maybe haven't been exposed to. And it also promotes their products. Yeah, so that's why they're free. Also, I don't want to underestimate the power of picking up a hobby. So if you've got a hobby, something like music, I'll tell you, I played guitar forever. A person who says that should be really, really good, but I'm okay. I didn't learn how to play music, like music theory, the right way. I just kind of played it by ear and had a few people show me some things, and have played with my church and played rhythm, and have done a few scales. But I decided, it's time for me to learn a new instrument, and so I picked up the cello. I wanted to stay in the string family because I'm comfortable with a string, instrument, but I wanted to change it enough that I didn't bring all my bad habits. So just 2 weeks ago, a little less than 2 weeks ago, I had my first cello lesson, and I've had one since, and I've been practicing, and I sound horrible. It sounds like somebody is strangling a calf when I play. But with hope and with time and hope, I hope that'll get better. But it's definitely causing me to learn some new things and to think about things differently. But creative writing is an awesome idea, especially if that can be applied to business or to your resume even, because you want your flavor to come out in your resume. Which, if you remember in the last episode, it's not a journal of your work history, but more of an advertisement of your work. Exercise is a great thing to do, and maybe even picking up a book. I just picked up a book with one of my sons who's just finishing some of his college stuff, and the book is called The Call. It's a great book by O.S. or Oz. I forget how you say it, but O.S. Guinness. Great book, but it's really getting into you are fulfilled when you discover your purpose and try to live for that. And it has some great practical tools for it. So, a great book would be good to get into too. Now, I'm not suggesting stop the job search. That's not at all what I mean. But what I mean is break up the job search with some other things. Add some variety. You don't want to burn out. So, okay, that's what I wanted to share with you today. Short and sweet. I hope you have the greatest of successes in looking for a job. If there's anything I can do specifically to help, reach out to me on LinkedIn personally. Just hit the message option or connect with me. I'd love to talk with you. Okay? All right, everybody. You can do this. Bye.